Once you flip it upside down and see all the good, instead of worrying about what's not, life gets fucking popping, bro. Join us over here, bro. Join us fucking over here.
The thing that's so special about that video that you just watched with, Gary talking about, being, positive rather than negative, seeing the good rather than the bad, and how it just really blossoms your life into something beautiful, is that my brother wasn't able to come with me that day, and I kind of just wanted, something to be able to give to my brother on that behalf. And so, I asked him, I was like, do you have any words for my brother? And he literally, I kid you not, he literally took my phone from my hands, put the video on, and put that together. And that's what I love about the guy. He's that kind of person, I feel like most other people would expect you to, listen intently, which of course I understand, as they give, life advice for, your significant other, your family, whatever it is. And, he's all about action, and that's what I love. That's something that really makes me happy. I don't even know how to start this. I also can't believe I met Gary Vaynerchuk. That was something wild. The way that it came about was so fascinating too, because probably for most of you watching this, you're familiar with the community texting platform that a lot of celebrities are utilizing now. I feel like it's in part because of the whole loss or lack of organic reach that has come with social media platforms like Instagram, where a lot of the following is really just not in tune, and it sucks. Like, you'll have like 1 million followers and only like 10,000 or 50,000, a very small fraction of the amount of followers that you have see your stuff and engage in it. And so a lot of celebrities are taking on this community texting platform, which is really cool. And so I became part of Gary's texting platform, and he texted everyone saying that he would be at Wine Library, his father's liquor store, one of the days, which is in Springfield, New Jersey, which is only 45 minutes away from me. And so I was free. And it's funny because I responded saying, I'll see if I can make it. Which is hilarious because I was free, and I responded with, I'll see if I can make it, which is just ridiculous. And then he actually texted back saying, come. And so, what do you do when you see that? It's just like, yeah, of course you go. Like, it's the opportunity to meet him. And so I went, and it was amazing. And coincidentally, I met 2 other people, and we had great talks. One of them actually lives literally right down the road from me, which is funny. So that was a really cool opportunity. That was fun. And it's interesting too, because there was a whole line of people, getting ready to meet him. And for some reason, in the moment, I kind of just wanted to meet him and be out. But, now looking back, I have loads of questions to ask him. And one of the biggest questions is something I've been asking myself, because I don't want to take the regular route of, the conventional route for a college education. I don't want to just get my degree in psychology and just, just be a therapist, or just do this, just do that. And because there's not really a blueprint for that, I kind of wanted to ask him, because I feel like I would have been able to get, valuable insight and everything. And it was just, there will be another time though. I know I'll meet him again. And so with that, I wanted to share 5 things that I've learned through Gary Vaynerchuk and meeting him too. And the first thing, one of the biggest things that he really emphasizes is gratitude. And it's something that I've definitely utilized in my life. It's something that I've changed my life. I used to look at life on the other end of the spectrum, actually. I used to look at life in a very complaining manner, and I used to see a lot of negativity in it all. And I really, actually before even coming across him and his, and his content and his work, I started utilizing gratitude in my life, and it really changed a lot of things. It really, rewired how I saw life, and, things really became beautiful. But gratitude comes from the whole idea of 400 trillion to 1, which is the, I guess I'll call it the scientific outlook on behalf of our ability to even be able to be here as human beings. It's probably not the best way of saying it, but it's the way it is. We're more likely to win the lottery of $100 million 9 times than be here as human beings. You know, that's ridiculous. And I think that, like ridiculous in a good way. Like, that's profound. Like, the fact that I'm here, the fact that you're here, you know, watching this, engaging with me, like, that's amazing. And, you know, beyond that, we really don't have anything to complain about in life. We don't. Zero relevance. Zip. Nada. So yeah, gratitude is the key foundation for a wonderful life. Period. And if you follow Gary, if you follow his work, you know that by now. And so with that, that's the first thing. Gratitude. The second thing is empathy. You know, being able to be an empathic human being, to be able to be emotionally connected to others, understanding where people are coming from. You know, this is huge too, because I'll share a short story through this which really changed my perspective on life, which I think that a lot of the things I've learned in life through people are actually on, like, the negative side, which has helped me become more of a positive, more impactful, meaningful person, which is amazing. When I was being let go of my job, which was not my fault, from my opinion, I asked the manager I was working under for a private conversation, and he denied me that. And so, if you're working for someone who denies you a private conversation, please do yourself a favor and leave. You don't deserve that. Plain and simple. And so, if you don't have the ability to be empathic with people, you know, be empathetic, you're going to lose out on a lot of really meaningful and valuable relationships in life. And it's hugely important to be able to be there like that for yourself and for people. You learn so much about yourself, and you're able to be more connected with people. So yeah, number 2, empathy. Number 3 is interesting because a lot of people really get caught up in this, and they also think the opposite way. So number 3 is all about not listening to the booing or the cheering. And what's interesting about this too is that this is something that Gary's huge on. It basically entails, you know, not listening to the booing is something that a lot of people already do, which is fantastic. But when you not only do that, but you also don't listen to the cheering, you kind of throw yourself into a neutral but really good place of where you're not doing because of potential booing, but you're also not doing because of the cheering. You know, so it's kind of like you're living on your own terms, which is really good too, because a lot of people, you know, they run away from the stuff that would, you know, kind of cause booing, and they run towards the stuff that would cause cheering, and they kind of get stuck inside of this cycle of, you know, just always running towards the stuff that would bring them the most cheering and stuff. And you definitely do miss out on a lot of stuff in life, especially, you know, people could be booing for all the wrong reasons. They could be booing because they feel terrible about themselves. You know, it's literally as simple as that, and you'll be missing out on an incredible opportunity. And it's important to recognize that. So stay away from, you know, if someone's booing you or booing at you because of something, make sure that it's not just because that they feel terrible about themselves. Believe me, when people feel terrible about themselves, they'll wish that you fail. It's scary and it's sad. I've been there when I didn't feel good about myself. And that's something that we need to be honest with ourselves about, be very vulnerable about. So, yeah. Don't listen to the booing or the cheering. Live on your own terms. Create what you want to create. It doesn't matter who they are. No one has the right to tell you how to live your life or what to do with your life. Plain and simple. Period. With that, this one's one of my favorites because it's kind of funny and people do it all the time. Don't buy dumb shit that you don't need. You just simply don't need it. The amount of stuff you end up having just sitting around in your life, sitting around in your home, we've all been there. I've been there. And it's the truth. You don't need it. You know, just because the media makes it out to be something important does not mean that you need it. You know, don't buy an expensive car because you want to prove something to your friends, quote unquote friends, people that won't even be there in your life after some point, and you'll realize that too. It's ridiculous, but it's true. Yeah, just don't buy dumb shit. You don't need it. I'll tell you right now, you don't need it. Plain and simple. Period. And get on that train. And also, not buying dumb shit. If you're making $50,000 to $75,000 a year, live as if you're making $30,000 or $40,000 a year. You'll save money. That's also something that he preaches, and I'm all for it because, yeah, you'll be happier. You'll have more money saved. That was number 4. Number 3, sorry, no, not number 3. I don't know why I said number 3. Number 5 is don't underestimate anyone. And I think that this is huge too because this also goes into not underestimating yourself. Because, you know, a lot of people will throw you down in life, and you'll get used to throwing yourself down on that behalf. And you'll just resonate in that area for a while. You know, you'll just think that you're not worthy of anything good, and it's just not the case. But on a real note, I think that we've all been there in life where, you know, we see someone in our life at a certain point, you know, doing whatever they're doing, and we underestimate the shit out of them. And then, you know, like 10 years down the line, you know, they'll have accomplished this crazy thing, and it's like, what? Like, how did they do that? And it's so true, too. We underestimate the shit out of ourselves and other people so often. And don't do it. Because it's not worth it. And with that, that's 5 things that I learned through Gary Vaynerchuk. Someone who's had a very incredible impact on my life. Someone who's really made me see things in a different way. And he's a really cool guy. And I'm grateful that I got the opportunity to meet him. And yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.